Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. We have an interesting show for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we are deeply into the summer at this point.
That's
And
right, it's almost August.
yeah, I know it. I
That's
can't
what they're
believe.
calling it as I sit here in a sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
and
temperature.
you can tell in a way, the, the shade is changing.
Yeah, it is. The
It's
sun.
beginning to get shorter hours.
Yeah, we are. The sunset now is just a bit after 8 o'clock,
That's
so
right.
the days are definitely. We've lost almost a half hour of daylight, so it's definitely moving along. And we haven't had much rain this month. We've only had less than 2 inches of rain for July, so it is a little bit dry out there. So we ask people to be careful. If you are doing those barbecues and whatnot out there, be a little careful because it is a bit dry. And 1.94 inches of rain officially here in Harwich. And of course, other parts of the Cape have received more rain than that, but we in Harwich are a little bit dry, so please be careful out there. And again, I will be on my soapbox here about the bike trail. If you are on that bike trail, please, when you get to a cross intersection, please dismount and walk across that intersection because some of those are very, very dangerous, and folks that are not familiar with the area just blow right through them, whether they're on cars or bikes, and we just don't want a tragedy there.
No, we don't. And as you continue to talk about it every week, I continue to see the opposite happening
Yeah.
every week as
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
driving around.
Yeah,
Right there at Oak Street.
Oak Street, that's a
Yes.
tough one there. It
Yes.
really
There's a
is.
lot of people just
They just
zoom right
blow
by.
right through those,
Yeah.
and we just don't want to see a bad thing happen. And just be careful, people. Please dismount, walk across, and then continue along. So
Read those signs and follow them.
yes, there are big stop signs there. That's true. Thank you,
I
Eileen.
hope we get a little more rain.
Yeah, we could
this
use it, Paul.
weekend or
Yeah, well,
something.
just a
That's
little. We
a little
don't.
disappointed
At
in
night, it
that.
would be nice. At
Yes,
nighttime.
at night it's very good.
Yes.
We don't want to ruin people's
Actually,
vacations.
I thought we did pretty good in June. at night.
Well, June we did actually. We had just under 3 inches, 2.88, which isn't a lot of rain,
No,
but not
I'd
too
hoped
bad.
I can have disappointed too. I thought we would have been over 3.
Yeah.
If you listen to the news.
Well, that's true.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
you know.
again, we have escaped a lot of the rain. A lot of it's gone south of us and north of us and west of us,
Yes.
and it's really been weird how just it has avoided this area. But for the year, we haven't been too bad. We're around 27, 28 inches of precipitation for the year, so that's not too bad.
No, that's good.
But again, be careful, and when you're doing those barbecues, just be aware, and
Very good.
that's just a little safety tip.
Yep.
Our first spot this week is our library update with Ann Carpenter. She always has something very interesting, so let's take a look now.
I'm Ann Carpenter, the Youth Services Librarian at the Brooks Free Library, here to share with you some of the great things that are going on for free at the library this week. Starting on Friday, July 28th, we're going to have our weekly craft program for elementary school students. This week we're going to be making sock animals. So we've got a whole bunch of differently colored socks that we're going to stuff with things, sew on some eyes, and make some super cute little animals. That's for all ages. The very young children might need a little more adult assistance, but we welcome everybody. On Saturday, July 29th, we've got Trevor the Juggler coming at 2:30. He is a local performer, which is great. We love to be proud of our local performers, and he is fantastic. I can juggle just well enough to have my jaw drop when I see the things that Trevor can do. So he is pretty amazing, and he will be there at 2:30 on Saturday, July 29th. As with all of our programs, the program is free of charge. Free tickets will be handed out starting half an hour before the show, so at 2 o'clock on a first-come, first-served basis. And if parking becomes tight, you can park across the street at Brooks Park or behind the town hall. On Monday is our weekly program for tweens and teens, our middle school craft and high school craft as well, at 2:30. So entering grade 5 or above, they're going to be doing some clay creations. They're not going to be using regular clay. They're going to be using a variety of different materials to make a clay-like substance, which sounds like it's going to be really fun. And they have got a lot of creative things that they're going to be able to do with that. On Tuesday, August 1st, we have Animal World Experience coming to the library at 2:30. They are a great program. They bring a whole variety of different animals from the very small to the very large. And after their regular program, they often will allow different children to come up and touch some of the safer animals, which is a really great treat. That is at 2:30 on Tuesday, August 1st. And again, we will start handing out the free tickets on a first-come, first-served basis at 2 o'clock. On Wednesday, we're going to have our weekly Build It Challenge, where we give the children a variety of surprise and then challenge them to do something specific with it. So on August 2nd, the challenge is vehicles. So they're going to have to take our supplies and build a vehicle that will move across the table. And there's a variety of levels of challenge so that everyone from the smallest child up to the adults that have come in and are willing to take on the challenge will be able to feel that they are both challenged and successful at the same time. If you have a preschooler looking for a program, we have a ton of programs for younger children as well. On Mondays at 10:30, we have Creative Movement, which is a program where they can come in and they reenact fairy tales, they sing songs, and have a really great time. On Tuesdays at 10:30, it is Mother Goose on the Loose, which is a program for babies, toddlers, and preschoolers, where we sing a lot of different songs, we do nursery rhymes, we've got instruments, we play with scarves, all kinds of stuff. It's great for those wiggle worm little ones. And on Friday at 10:30, we have story time, which is for preschoolers, and sometimes even the kindergartners and first graders enjoy that one too. We read some picture books and sing some songs, and we still play with the scarves and the instruments because everybody loves scarves and instruments. In addition, of course, we also have our summer reading program going on, where every time a child reads for 2.5 hours, they can earn a free book and a prize. You can sign up at the library at any time. It's not too late, even though it's almost August. And they can do that as many times or as few times as they want over the summer. They can be residents of Harwich, or if you're visiting for the summer, that works too. So we're very excited that we have so many things going on, and we are looking forward to seeing you this week.
You know, she always has something great going on at that library, and she's so enthusiastic in the camera, and you know, Ann does a great job.
Yes, she does.
As do the whole
all
staff.
the staff at the library.
Yep.
Yes.
And we have another library that has a great staff and a lot of things going on. And
Nice
Eileen, you're going to bring us up
segue.
to date on that one.
Yes, I am. In fact, I have two announcements from the Chase Free Library, which is located on 7 Route 28 in West Harwich. The 4-H Coastal Explorer will be at Chase Library on Tuesday, August 1st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a unique educational vehicle. It's a versatile 31-foot custom-built motor coach complete with state-of-the-art equipment and displays, providing visitors with an opportunity to learn about Cape Cod coastal environment. And as I said, the Chase Library is located in West Harwich on Route 28. The library hours are Tuesdays 10 to 4 and Saturdays 10 to 2. And the Coastal Explorer will be located in the parking lot, which is located at the far end of the restaurant lot behind the library. So you just have to kind of take a left and look around to find the parking. So that's one thing that the Chase Library is doing. Another thing is the Village Crafters of Cape Cod will be holding its annual Fine Arts and Crafts Show to benefit Chase Library on Thursday, August 3rd at Doane Park, Harwichport from 10 to 4. The juried show and sale will feature a book sale by the Chase Library, beach bags, framed beach art, knitted items, hand-painted note cards, handmade knives, watercolors, stained glass sun catches, jams, jewelry, American Girl doll clothes, soaps, canvas pillows, and painted items. 95% of the booth fees go directly to the Chase Library of West Harwich. So attend both of those things, and you can help out the library, and you can help out yourself by learning a little bit more about the 4-H Coastal Explorer.
Very good. Two nice things to do.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you,
Yes,
Eileen.
and you might find some nice gifts for others and for yourself.
Very
at the
good.
Fair.
And if you are interested in the summer concert series, which is always a great take, Here are a couple of ones you can mark your calendar for. Coming up on August 13th, Sunday at 7 p.m., of course, at the Pilgrim Congregational Church, Crabgrass Bluegrass, an evening of mandolin, banjo, guitar, and bass. The sound is a mix of old and new and always comparably entertaining. And that's going to be taking place on Sunday, August 13th at 7 p.m. And that's, of course, at the Pilgrim Congregational Church. If you can't make that one, or if you want to make another one, that's August 20th on Sunday at 7 p.m., the Boston Piano Kid. Now, this is Bradley Bartlett Roach. He's been playing piano since the age of 2. He is now 14 years old. He became the youngest musician to perform regularly at Faneuil Hall, and he has successfully landed a campaign to open for his idol, Billy Idol, at Fenway Park last August. He is performing with Billy Joel on both the saxophone and piano. This kid is obviously extremely talented.
Yes, he
and
is.
he's going to be at the Pilgrim Congregational Church on Sunday, August 20th at 7 p.m. The Boston Piano Kid. These concerts are $12 and children under 10 free. So again, a great place to take in a concert. Those two, mark your calendars, August 13th and August 20th.
What an experience. for
Yeah,
a
that's
young
really
man
great.
last summer, huh?
And
Yeah, summer's
coming
almost
up also, this is a great, this is a commitment. If you want to take it, this is a wonderful thing to get involved in. I think Joyce has been involved, one of our camera people here. The Citizens Police Academy. This is the 21st year, I believe, that they have had it. It begins on September 7th, and it goes every Thursday until November 9th. And the applications are now available, and this is on a first-come, first-served basis. So this fills up rather quickly. So if you do want to get involved with the Citizens Police Academy, the applications are now available. It begins on September 7th, and it goes every Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. until November 9th. Now, the completed applications should be returned as soon as possible to Lieutenant Kevin Considine at the Harwich Police Department. So I believe those applications are probably available here at the community center and probably at the police department as well, but I would hope.
Yes.
But you know, if you are at all interested in really getting an inside look at how hard our police department does work and what it takes to be a police officer, this is a great opportunity to get involved. It is a commitment because it runs for 3-4 months, and you know, you really have to be committed to doing it. But this is a great opportunity. Thursday, September 7th, it begins. So applications are now available. So.
Very good.
All right. Conservation Trust update. Ron, usually our sound guy, is doing this interview with Matt and Michael, and he sat down with Matt and Michael at the Conservation Trust, so let's find out what's going on there.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good for
Welcome
him.
to Community Journal. We're here this morning with Michael Luck and Matt Cannon from the Harwich Conservation Trust. Michael is the Executive Director, and Matt is the Director of Land Stewardship. And there's something
Hey,
on
Ron.
the news
Thanks
about,
for having us.
about Matt's
Yeah.
new position.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, thanks for having us, and as well as the
Nice
staff.
to see you guys always.
Good to see you too, and we thank your fellow volunteers and the staff at Channel 18 for doing such a great job here. What a great community resource.
Good.
So, yes, so Matt Cannon, we have some news, breaking news here on Channel 18. As you know, he's Harwich Conservation Trust Director of Land Stewardship. And Harwich Conservation Trust shares him with the Chatham Conservation Foundation, which is our sister land trust in Chatham. The Cape's oldest land trust in Chatham, the youngest in Harwich. Interesting little bit of info. So Matt works on all things land stewardship for both organizations, 3 days with HCT and 2 days with Chatham Conservation Foundation. And I'm going to let you share the wonderful news for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's been an amazing 3.5 years, and I have been splitting my time between the two trusts that whole time. And recently, the Chatham Conservation Foundation, through a strategic plan, is moving towards having a full-time person. So I accepted the position of director at their land trust. And I will be moving over there full-time after the Music and Arts Stroll, so after Labor Day. That will be the full transition. I'm not too far. I'm just over the town line. I'm still around. But I will be over there, yeah, starting after Labor Day.
Good.
Isn't that amazing?
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
wonderful.
Yeah, I think it just speaks so highly of Matt and
Yeah,
his
absolutely.
his skills and the steady personality, strategic thinker that he is, and that Chatham Conservation Foundation recognized all that in him, and we will miss him.
Yeah,
But like he
sure.
said, he's not too far, and we look forward to continuing our collaboration with Chatham Conservation Foundation. And I think it also represents another example of how both towns, Harwich and Chatham, continue to work together on
Right,
different
that's
issues.
great.
Whether it's the school regionalization or the wastewater planning or these other efforts going on. And now we've got the two land trusts that have been partnering with his position and now having Matt take the helm.
We're
So
gonna
I
miss
think it's
seeing
great.
you here, Matt.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to miss being here.
And,
This is an
we
amazing
can
community.
Wish you the best in your new job. I'm sure you'll do very well.
Thank you. And I should say that, everything I've learned has been here. I was in AmeriCorps here
Yeah,
5 years ago
right.
with Harwich Conservation Trust, and I've really learned everything I could learn here.
That's
And Mike
great.
has been an amazing mentor, so
Good.
been very lucky.
Good. Well, you have a good working relationship. That helps.
Mm-hmm.
Makes all the difference in the world.
Yes.
So you wanted to talk about Native Nightlife Walk.
Yes. Love that title, Native Nightlife Walk.
It's
So
a mouthful.
it is, but it's intriguing at the same time. So Native Nightlife Walks under the full moons, the summer full moons. We've had one in June, around the June full moon called the Strawberry Moon. We had one most recently around the time of the July full moon called, look at that full moon photo, isn't that amazing? By one
yeah.
of our volunteer photographers, Gus
good
Romano.
shot.
Isn't that amazing?
You have a good photographer.
Oh yeah, I mean our volunteers are unbelievable. Whether they're doing photography or nest box monitoring or trail stewardship or finding boundaries, or finding box turtles, the list goes on and on. It's amazing. We're so lucky with our volunteers. So these walks, the most recent Native Nightlife Walk took place around the July full moon called the Buck Moon or Thunder Moon. And the next one coming up is Monday, August 7th, under the Sturgeon Moon, known to Native American communities, the August full moon known as the Sturgeon Moon. And people can join that walk, learn more about it by visiting our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. The walk is led by Native American Nipmuc Wampanoag heritage of Native American Nipmuc and Wampanoag heritage, Marcus Hendricks, pictured there in the center of that photo, and also led by 12th generation Cape Codder Todd Kelly. So that co-leadership of the walk is fascinating in terms of relating the natural history during that time of day as wildlife that are more active in the day sort of slow down, and wildlife that are more active at night or nocturnal gear up for their activities. This is a photo taken by one of our volunteer photographers, Rick Moriarty, on a portion of the walk. The walk extends not only through woodland that you saw in the previous image, but along some of the rail trail, the bike trail that runs from the National Seashore Visitor Center in Eastham down to Coast Guard Beach. And you see these amazing sweeping vistas of
that's
the
pretty.
Nauset
That's really
Marsh estuary. And we co-sponsor this walk with the Eastham Conservation Foundation. So we've gone all the way up north to Eastham to hold this walk in the National Seashore. This being the 101st year anniversary of the National Park Service.
Really?
And our own national park here on the Cape Cod National Seashore, just over 50 years old. So it's such a great way to explore not only native wildlife and their activities around that time of day, because this starts at 6 p.m., runs to 8 p.m., dusk time, but also to understand some of the native lifeways of Native Americans and early settlers that may have told stories around the fire during that time of night, or done other activities, fishing in the evening. And so you'll learn all about that as you enjoy this walk. It's $15 per person. And again, people can register at harwichconservationtrust.org, our website.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so you on to Wildlands Music Stroll?
Oh, yes.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in full-fledged planning. I'm going to let Matt talk a little bit more about that event, and I'll chime in as needed.
Sure. So Saturday, September 9th, it's our 5th annual Music and Art Stroll from 1 to 4 p.m. at our Cold Brook Preserve on Bank Street. You can park at the Monomoy High School, 75 Oak Street, and we'll have shuttle buses bring guests over to the event. The Guild of Harwich Artists is volunteering their time again this year. There'll be 10 artists from the Guild of Harwich Artists painting in plein air, and there'll be a raffle to win those paintings, which is very exciting. And then some local musicians will be scattered throughout the landscape. Acoustic music, there's one of the artists right there.
Wow.
There'll be the Eclectics and the Celtic Kids, Kathleen Healy, Jordan Renzi. The piano from the Piano in the Woods will be back. We'll have
There it is.
There it is right there.
Is that Dot Hemmings?
That's Dot Hemmings.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Bassett? You've got to get her last name.
yeah, it's a very unique, it's a great event. It's a little less than a mile, of walking around, maybe
Yeah.
3/4 of a mile. But it's such a unique community event.
Good.
Saturday, September 9th, 1 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, really just
That's
fun.
great.
A great way to blend
Yeah.
art, music, nature, all in one wonderful afternoon. It's just so uplifting.
Yeah.
And
Looks like a very enjoyable event.
yeah, and people can check again our website, harwichconservationtrust.org, for details. Yeah, stay tuned. Just look at some of these photos. Isn't that a beautiful one? Look at all the colors on that
beautiful.
palette. Yes. So anyways, we hope folks can join us for the next Wildlands Music and Art Stroll.
Is that it for today?
That's
then,
it for
guys?
today. Yeah, we have a lot more
Matt?
going
Yeah,
on, but
thank you.
Good luck
We'll
in
talk
your
at
new
another time.
position.
Appreciate it.
We're going to
Yeah.
miss you.
for sure.
Thank you, Michael, always very interesting.
Absolutely.
It's great to have you.
Well, we're very sorry that Matt is leaving, but we
I
wish him
know,
really
we
a lot
do.
of luck in his new position. Good for
Yes.
him. He's done a great job with Michael, and
He has. He's learned from the best.
he's learned. There you go. He
Yes.
certainly has. And I know they made mention of the Wetlands Music and Art Stroll, Wildlands Music and Art Stroll, and they do need a lot of volunteers for that.
Yes, they do.
I don't know that they mentioned a lot of that, but they need volunteers for setup and during the event and breakdown. So if you want to get involved with that, you really need to get in touch with them to volunteer. The setup consists of moving chairs from the community center to the bogs and putting up signage at the Monomoy High School and at the bogs. The event itself, to support or the raffle ticket seller, we hope for 2 shifts so the volunteers can also enjoy the event. And breakdown would be to take down the signage and return the chairs to the community center by 5 p.m. So to volunteer, please respond. You can call 508-432-3997 if you do want to volunteer, or you can contact Matt Cannon, matt@harwichconservationtrust.org, or you can call that number, 508-432-3997. So they do need quite a few volunteers for that event to run smoothly. So get involved. It's a great event, and it can run very nicely if they get enough people to help out.
Yes.
So the next thing today, Chris Clark and Kevin Grunwald will bring us up to date of what's going on with the Council on Aging. So let's take a look.
Cue talent. Go ahead, Chris.
Hi, I'm Christopher Clark, Town Administrator for the Town of Harwich. I'm also in the acting capacity at the moment as the Acting Council on Aging Director. I just wanted to take this opportunity to give a few updates on some activities. And as you can see to my left, I have a guest with me today. Kevin Grunwald is the Outreach Coordinator. Is that the right title?
It's close enough.
Close enough.
It's Social Service Coordinator. but
Social Service
I do a lot of
Coordinator.
different things.
I
Yeah,
apologize
that's
for
okay.
that. So what I wanted to do is just talk a little bit about a couple of activities that we have. First and foremost, I want to give an update in terms of where we are with the search for the Council on Aging Director, the permanent Council on Aging Director. The deadline was about a week ago, so we did receive approximately 11 applicants. We did have a couple people withdraw, which is fairly typical. We have 9 people that we've given active consideration to, and we have formed an interview team to go through and interview. We will be doing those interviews during the course of this week, and I hope by the end of July to have a candidate in mind to go forward. In terms of the process, again, as town administrator and with my hat on for that duty, I make the appointment subject to confirmation by the Board of Selectmen. I would say, too, that the interview committee does have representation on there from the Council on Aging as well as the Friends group. I think it's important to get a holistic look when we look at filling these positions. One of the things I've been trying to do in my time down here is to make sure that we continue to operate as normally as we can for this period of time. It is my hope to have somebody on board by September 1st, and I still hope that that will be the target. But some activities that we have going on is we have an activity at the Cultural Center that we have opened up. We have several artists that are in there, and they have decided to open their doors for an open house. So we have decided to have a trip that will be, and I wish to applaud the van drivers, Jerry and Remy, did decide that they would do a trip. So they are doing a trip that we're planning for this Thursday, July 27th, to go over to the facility and give people an opportunity to meet the artists. The van tours are, the bus ride is something that you should coordinate with the bus drivers themselves, and their number is 508-241-1566. And also, we may do this in another show, but we do have a quilt show at the tech school that will be occurring. And that will be from August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And similar to what we did on the open house, or what we will be doing on the open house, is we'll probably arrange one trip depending upon the number of riders we get. So if you do have an interest in that, you call the same number, get a hold of one of the bus drivers and see if they can schedule enough people, and then we'll have a tour over there, where that one more is a quilt show, so you'll have an opportunity to look at some of the local quilting that's done in the community. So one of the other things that in the time I've been here, I've been trying to make sure that we continue those programs, and I think Kevin has an interesting new program that he is looking at introducing. I think today is actually the first day of the program, but we want to introduce, I think, the concept, Kevin, and get a sense. So what is a death cafe?
I know you hear that term and think, oh my God, death cafe. What it is a unstructured opportunity for people to meet and to talk about death and to talk about their thoughts about dying, their experience with dying, and kind of some of their plans for the end of life for them. It's maybe sounds a little morbid, but I've spoken with people who have been involved in these other locations, and in fact it's a very positive experience that people have, and they find that this is often the first time that they've been in a situation, in a setting where they can openly talk about death and their thoughts about death. It's called a Death Cafe because it's actually modeled after kind of the European cafe tradition. So we will be serving food. Our chef has baked a cake for today.
Very
we'll have
good.
some fruit, and we'll have some coffee and some water, and we have more than 30 people at this point who have registered to do this, and we will have a conversation about death. And hopefully, if this goes well, this is something that we'll offer here on a regular basis. But I think it's not just for seniors, but really for anybody. It's really a nice opportunity to get together in a supportive environment to talk with people about an issue that they often can't talk about. One of the quotes I used in talking about promoting this is from Steve Jobs, who said it's the one destination that we all share, and that's certainly
yes, it
true. Again, that's today. I realize that this program will be airing after that, but please pay attention to the newsletter and flyers and Channel 18 for information about ones that we'll be doing in the future. There are a couple of other things that are
Sure.
going on that I'm involved with that I just want to mention. One is that we do have a women's breakfast that is scheduled for this Friday, the 28th, here at 9 at the community center. This is something that was kind of grew out of the men's breakfast that we've been doing here for a couple of years, and a group of women getting together and saying, geez, how come just the men get together for breakfast? Why don't we have breakfast as well? And I believe that there's going to be a presentation on assisted living today, which is something that a lot of people are very, very interested in. Our men's breakfast is always the second Friday of the month, so we'll be meeting on August 11th, and we will have a visit from the Cape Cod Classics Car Club, who were here last year. They brought a number of their cars, which were great. It was a wonderful draw. We had them out in the parking lot, and the guys were very excited about talking about their cars and the cars that they had worked on, and it was really a lot of fun and very interesting. So that'll be on August 11th. That's from 9 to 10.
Okay.
So that's coming up, and I just realized we just planned this recently, but we're going to have a sale on Pleasant Bay, which is something you're looking surprised, but you and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
So that will.
The sale, I got you. I meant,
Okay.
I was thinking property sale.
Yeah,
You
no,
mean
well,
boat sale.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna.
Sorry.
That's okay. I think it's the Pleasant Bay Sailing Club
Yes.
has made this available to us, so we'll have an opportunity for 12 people to go out on a Friday afternoon, August 18th, and do a sale out there, and hopefully that will go well. People do need to be somewhat fit in
Yes.
terms of being able to negotiate on the dock and get into the boats, but other than that, all they need to do is sit back and enjoy it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
I do want to thank you for doing that. I was at a function, and I always hate to be shown up. And one of the functions I was at, I think it was the Pleasant Bay Sailing Club, and they said the town of Chatham Council on Aging has their seniors go
Yep.
out. And I was sitting in the back row, and I said, well, why aren't Harwich
Yeah.
people coming out? So I did. Charlie Sumner, who's now the director of that group, the former administrator in Brewster, was kind enough to kind of forward that information to get us started. So I think it's a great opportunity for people. And I do think that you make a good point. We'll have the bus available to bring people down to
That's
the
correct.
docks, but people are going to have to be able to kind of ambulate out from the bus onto the boat. I don't think there'll be any heavy physical activity, but some physical activity
Yep.
in order to kind of make sure that that event is safe for everyone involved.
So we're going to be doing some promotion about that. We're going to be putting a flyer together, but anybody who's interested should call the main number for the Council on Aging, 430-7550, and indicate their interest in that, and we will develop a list of sailors from that list and take it from there.
It sounds good. Thank you for all you do, Kevin,
welcome.
too, in the community. Thank you for your time and attention. Christopher Clark, Town Administrator, and currently your Acting Council on Aging Director. Thank you.
And we thank Chris and Kevin for taking the time to bringing us up to date. And,
That sale sounds fun.
It does sound like fun.
Yeah.
It really does. And that was really great. Thanks, guys. And Eileen, you've got a couple of special announcements there.
I do. There are a couple of really fun sounding events coming up, so please get your paper and pen because here I go. The Bayberry Quilters of Cape Cod are presenting their 36th annual quilt show. I can't believe it's been 36 years.
Wow, that's incredible.
I know. It's going to be held on next week on August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. On Thursday and Friday, the hours will be 9:30 to 4. On Saturday, 9:30 to 3. It is being held at the Cape Cod Regional Technical High School. Daily admission is $8. Multi-day pass is $12. Group rates will be available, and bus tours will be welcome. There'll be a raffle. The annual raffle will be 2 first prize quilts, and the second prize, a huge variety basket. And the raffle proceeds and supports scholarships and toolships for students at the school. So it sounds like a wonderful time. There's going to be an exhibit of over 300 quilts by members, special quilt display by featured quilters, raffles, prizes, scavenger hunt for the kids, a Kids Can Sew group, lunch cafe, quilts for sale, just demonstrations all day. There's just a lot going on. And of course, our resident camera woman, Joyce, will be there. She is a member of that group and has done some beautiful work
And a
herself.
very talented quilter.
Very
yeah,
talented.
Yeah, she really
Very,
is.
Yes,
and,
we've seen some of her work.
You know, that's a wonderful take, that show.
Yes, it is. We've gone to it and
Yeah.
taken friends to it, and they love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You don't
the-
have to be a quilter to enjoy it.
I wish someone someday would compile the number of hours for just one of those shows, the quilts at that show, the number of hours gone into the quilts that are at the show.
Yeah,
I
that
bet it
would be
would be
interesting.
astounding. It
Yeah.
would be astounding.
Because a lot of the work is done by hand still.
Yeah, oh yeah, amazing. And you have, this is another great one.
Yes, it is. The community yard sale is going to be held out at the Harwich Community Center. It'll be held outside if it's good weather, and if it's rainy, it will be held in the community center gym. And it's taking place on Saturday, August 5th from 9 to 1, rain or shine. As I told you, it'll be outside if it's nice, it'll be inside if it's not. It's going to be at Brooks Park if it is good weather. If it is not good weather, it will be here at the community center. So please mark your calendars, and if you would like some space to take care of some of the things that you've cleaned out of your closet and sell them, you can get a space for $20.
That is a great deal.
It really
It really
is.
is.
Yeah.
$20 for a table
Yeah.
is a very good deal.
It is.
And it takes away a lot of the worrying, you know. All you gotta do is get your stuff there and hopefully not bring any stuff back.
Or at least bring less back.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the challenge.
Yes.
Bring it and not bring it home.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
big
right.
challenge.
That's the big
That's for
challenge.
sure.
So if you're interested in getting a space, the number is 508-430-7568. And the sale itself, the community yard sale, will be taking place at Brooks Park if it's sunny and it's not raining on August 5th, 9 to 1. And here at the community center gym if it is raining. So there you go.
Very good.
Rain or shine, it's happening.
Thanks, Eileen.
You're welcome.
Very good. Lots of things to do, and as summer rolls along here, there's plenty of activity going on
Oh,
here at the
that's for
town of
sure.
Harwich, that's for sure. Folks, that's our show for this week. Thank you so much for joining us on behalf of all of us here at Channel 18. We really appreciate you watching.
Yes, and please take advantage of everything going on around town.
And please do it safely.
There you go.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.